Hold on.
Welcome to the JAMD Live Football Podcast. You like how I did that?
Yeah, it was a remix.
So I actually wanted it to be like I push it because we're really professional today. I wanted to push it and actually have them see me run all the way back to the table. They'll be like, oh, so there's like not a guy for that. By the way, is this gum too loud?
We have
okay.
We have no tech department.
Let me dock that.
We have no tech department at all. Tech department is running and pushing buttons and running back as fast as he gets to his seat.
And then docking his chewing gum.
Anyway.
I got voluntold tech. I'm voluntold tech support.
Perfect.
Volandatory. But anyway, for those following us for a while, not only are we still on Spotify, you'll be able to find us on Apple Podcasts, and we will be live on Facebook Live, and we're also live on Twitch. And you'll be able to find video now uploaded to YouTube if you want to see us live.
Whoop, whoop.
Unedited footage.
Unedited.
Will be on Spotify and Apple Podcast. YouTube and other places have some rules that you got to follow. Anyway,
I had a quick question. If we do something unorthodox or funny or clip-worthy, do we have to do the clips or could they do clips?
They can do
and
clips.
Actually put them right up online?
I mean, we probably have to have some kind of a vetting process.
Like unedited, If you say something, let's say you do something crazy. Let's say this table falls and our whole podcast it won't end. But let's just say something is clippable and awesome. Is that something that can happen on, like they do it?
Yeah.
And still, I also noticed that we went live, but I don't see where it tells me we're live on my phone.
We have followers. There's people watching right now. See the top left?
Yeah, I can see that far.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have to get a telescope.
Well, it's our first one. Is that the picture they're seeing on, or is the camera on?
Oh, yeah. So now, boom, we have video.
Ding, ding. Look at that.
Yo. Okay.
So,
all right.
Sorry, guys. We're just getting really excited about taking this up a notch or two. So
from audio to video, it's a game changer.
Donnie, you should be like this.
You can hide. Hold on.
No, that's good.
There we go. Now we can see his pecs.
Yeah. Now you can see me, but you can't read anything. That's
all
good.
right.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I love it. Well, I'm going to try and find it.
You have a little notification you want to let everyone about?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank everybody for the love and the support. This is actually like our 22nd time together. Amazing getting together almost every Saturday morning throughout the football season. And for those of you guys who do know us and have joined us on Spotify, I just wanted to say thank you for the support. And you will know that there are 4 of us, not just 3 of us, 4 really, really good friends that get together and make it count on the podcast. So, and we just wanted to thank you for everything. The 4th member is Matt. Matt couldn't be here, but I did want to let you know that he's looking forward to being here for the regular season, and we're going to be going through like the draft. We're looking forward to bringing you a lot of information about the draft. But thank you, and look forward for there being 4 of us, including Matt, going forward during the regular season. Right, guys?
Bing, bing.
Yeah. And speaking of the draft, we're going to be live for the draft. So join in. It's kind of a simulcast. Obviously, we can't show any of the NFL's footage of the draft. So
that's correct.
We'll be watching along with you, or you with us. And
that's not allowed?
No.
Oh.
So anyway,
you're rebroadcasting their rights to that.
It'll be a live discussion. Any questions you guys have, we're going to have our own comments on it, and you guys will have your own, and we'll do it together. We'll get drunk, we'll watch the draft, and we'll eat some delicious food, which I love.
Hey, let's get drunk and do it together.
I don't drink.
Yeah, you do.
Hardly enough.
He drinks.
Yeah, no fuzzy navels. You still do the fuzzy navels?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some Crown Royal, no rocks,
So, for first-time watchers, Doug is a 49ers fan. So free agency. I don't know if any big news has happened for the 49ers. Doug, anything weird happen with the Niners for? That's what they call, throwing it to you.
Yeah, you know what? I almost had a cricket feud.
Yeah, well, because we did, between us talk about this stuff before, and I just have a heartbreaking, discussion. And, when you start losing key pieces of your team, it's heartbreaking, right? Like, I don't know what Donnie's doing. He's over there, like, watching cartoons or
music
some
videos.
No, I'm still looking for our live on my phone. It was like before we did this, you're like, yeah, it'll just pop up. You know,
Greenlaw, like, I don't get it. Key part of our defense.
Yeah, now a Denver Bronco. I think he's going to be in. Matt is absolutely stoked about that.
Who else did they get from the 49ers?
So I'm going to be terrible at pronouncing their safety's name, so go ahead.
Hanafua? Hanafua, yeah. I can't pronounce it either, so I'm sorry. I love you. I'm just mad that you went to Denver.
How do I not know this?
So you now have a leader of your defense.
Yeah, no, I'm like the biggest Bronco fan in the world that doesn't follow football until football starts.
You got two of our stars.
Yeah, so you got a safety that's going to...
Are we going to be fighting all season long because of this?
Dude, not only, like, how you guys finished, like, I think a 5th or 6th ranked defense last year? I would be shocked if you're not 1 or 2 this year.
Oh, my God. They win championships. Yeah. It's about time.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
So...
And Purdy is still not signed yet. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. I mean, a lot of people think that he doesn't deserve the money. Come on. He deserves the money. I mean, I know he has a great team around him, and that makes you a better player, but he's not a selfish player, right? Like, he shows it on the field constantly, and he's going to get in that $55 million a year mark. He's going to. So, we'll see what happens there. And
I found it.
He found it. So
why your volume is not muted?
Because that's the way I work.
We're learning here, folks. Bear with us.
That's the way I work.
But yeah, so as a Niner fan, it hurts, and then they always find a way to win. We have a good coach. Until we get into the actual games of the year and we get to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, and then he can't decide, let's just keep giving it to McCaffrey because it's working. No. He'll decide that we're not going to give it to McCaffrey, and we lose another Super Bowl because he doesn't know how to make the right call or throw a red flag for a challenge. And it blows my mind. And people are going to get mad at me because they're huge Niner fans. Listen, guys, I'm a huge Niner fan, and I'm telling you, he is a good coach. And there's some people on this, panel here that are going to say, he's one of the great coaches. A great coach doesn't get away from what's working. And if you watch the Super Bowl a couple years ago, McCaffrey was running all over them. And then for the third quarter and halfway through the fourth quarter, McCaffrey gets 2 total touches. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And that is, you know who wouldn't do that? An expatriate coach, Bill Belichick, he wouldn't have got away from that.
Yeah. And I can join in your misery there. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a Falcons fan, and in 2016,
still,
28-3 happened.
28-3. Do you just want to revisit that real quick and say who made some of those decisions?
Our offensive coordinator at the time was...
What was his name?
Son of Mike Shanahan.
Who's that?
Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, where's he coaching now?
He is a 49ers head coach.
Is he a good coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Shanahan family so much. As a Broncos fan,
Well, he should have paid more attention to what his dad was teaching him, because somewhere along the way, he fell and hit his head once too many times, and he blew. Listen, he blew at least 1 Super Bowl for us. Period. And I don't care what anyone else says. His decision to not give it to McCaffrey was the reason we lost that. End of story. So before I get really upset, we'll just talk about some Falcons or Denver stuff. I don't care.
I did have one question: is what happened after the football season? What happened up until this point that is positive for the 49ers?
How about those Falcons? You got anything positive over there? Because I have nothing for you.
Nothing at all.
No.
So I will bring up some of their key additions here.
Because I've already learned
Yeah.
two great things for the Broncos, and I'm just,
Hold on. He's going to bring in our key additions right here. Hold on.
All right. So Mac Jones brought in as a backup quarterback. How about this? Kyle Juszczyk re-signed.
Okay, that is positive, but that's not a free agent that was brought in.
Nope. They brought in Demarcus Robinson, wide receiver, 2-year deal.
Doesn't matter.
Uh,
What's he going to do? Catch 30 balls?
yeah.
Okay.
So they brought in Atlanta's third safety, Richie Grant. So he would have started. He might have started this year. So you got that safety back. And honestly, I know you don't like it. When we drafted him, he was a little bit of a project. I actually really did like him when he did get in. Solid tackler. He probably needs a little. He's not really a guy that you're going to trust on the back end of the defense to be deep third.
So what you're saying is he's going to get beat.
Maybe he's learned a lot.
This is his year. This is his year.
This is his year. Yeah, he's going to be starting.
Oh, hold on, Donnie. Just
Every
wait.
year.
We're getting to the important signings. Go ahead.
The end.
No.
So, like I was saying, everyone,
So,
no key signings.
You
for
still
the
have Brandon Ayuk. So who's your next wideout?
What do you
Kittle.
mean?
You
No,
go- yeah, but I'm saying wideout.
Kittle and Jennings.
All right, you got Jennings still.
And
There
Ricky
you go.
Purcell, who I will say this, did look good for his coming back after getting shot in the chest.
And he looked good for his rookie year.
So let's see. But I'm saying, look, listen, the Niners are known for having a good all around team, but their defense has been solid for 25 years.
And maybe not this year. They lost the leader in the middle.
Thank
They
you.
lost the pass.
Appreciate your vote of confidence
They
there.
lost the pass rusher to
You
Atlanta.
know the weirdest thing is
My good old friend Buddy right here, I tell you.
well, I mean the way I see it, and I know the 49ers are a great team still. And even last year started out pretty strong and should have won a lot more games. I don't know what happened last year. I really don't. It seemed like a great team with a lot of great key players just not communicating properly, just for whatever reason, things falling apart, maybe Purdy making a couple of mistakes, whatever. I didn't see it coming where the 49ers lost some of those games that they lost. I don't know how they can't put it together with the talent that is on that team. And I think a re-signed Purdy and the key people that are always making the plays, is it really about the coach at the end of the year? If they get into the playoffs, you really think? Because I just don't see a coach change there. Do you? Do you see them making a coach change in the future?
What my issue is with Coach Kyle is that when it mattered the most to every single 49er fan out there, when it mattered the most to you,
He changes. He
Screws
doesn't
up.
stick with it. He doesn't stick with.
yeah,
He doesn't stick with the first three quarters.
I don't get it. Like, how are you up 28-3 and then decide, oh, let's try something different? Why?
Yeah, let's win
Why?
56-3.
I feel like that's how my life is.
Listen,
Like when something's going good, I get this crazy idea that something amazing is going to happen, and I screw it all up. And that's Kyle. Is that what you're saying?
Well, listen, the only thing worse than this would be if my name were, Scott Whalen and I was a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Yeah, they're going to be rough.
Didn't see that coming.
I mean, there you go. I mean, I guess that could be worse and be a Cowboy fan and
That's how I feel
I
about
don't
my
know if I'd
Broncos.
alienate a whole fan base right now. First live
Like when it's bad, it could always be worse. It's not that bad.
I'm just saying, like, There's the Cowboys spending a ton of money and stuff, and it just seemed like they're struggling to get to the dance, right?
Well, they
Like,
always kind of wait to way too long to sign their guys. Like they could have signed CD Lamb earlier, but they waited for everyone else to sign, and then they signed him for more than those guys. And now they're doing the same exact thing with Micah Parsons. So they're waiting for everyone else to sign. Now he's going to be the highest paid defensive player of all time.
Micah Parsons.
So I don't understand it.
It was really, I'm not trying to alienate any Cowboys fans. I love you as a fan base. I was just trying to get a dig on Scott Whalen, my friend, and hopefully he's watching.
They traded
Dallas
for
fan.
a quarterback, Joe Milton, the Rocket Man. Dude can throw the ball 6 miles.
He's
So
like,
not that he's going to
boat
start,
next
but he
arm.
can run. He can, really sling it.
Where'd
Needs
Trey
a little
Lance go?
accuracy. I don't know, actually. I don't know.
I think someone just signed him.
Yeah, they brought in, like I said, Joe Milton to be the backup there, and he's an exciting guy. So they have a little bit to be excited about. Once Dak Prescott has called it quits or moved on, you have something in the wings at least.
What's going on with him this year, do you think?
I think he'll be back. I think he'll be all right.
I mean, listen, he's consistently throwing for 4,000 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like you got a quarterback who's throwing for 3,000 yards and, 20 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. I mean, he's usually a decent quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah, they need another receiver there, probably too. Their defense could use a little help outside of Micah Parsons. Their secondary probably needs a little help, but that's why the draft is coming up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think I have enough Dallas friends that are fans to pull for them and hope that they can put something together too.
yeah.
I mean, everybody I know in this area is an Eagles fan, of course, but I mean, I got some good friends that are.
EGLSES Eagles.
Did you spell it correctly?
Of course I did.
So, Super Bowl winners.
Well, this is never going to go viral.
And I'd like to say that I picked them to win every week, I think.
What?
The Eagles.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think I saw that coming, I think, out of everyone here.
You did?
Yeah.
No, he's so full of shit right now.
I was. I'm trying to remember a time where you actually went for them.
So,
Super Bowl.
yeah, no.
We all did for the Super Bowl, didn't we? I just don't know. I don't know how you go against them for the big one.
But Denver got better on defense. Talk about them a little bit.
Way better on defense.
Middle of their defense is stout. They were already good last year. Bo Nix in his second year under Sean Payton as the head coach. Honestly, I think you guys need a banger back to come in and be get the Doug Murphy title of primary ball handler.
Yeah, that.
And then they
we could
already
almost make that a new theme.
Then we have
A primary ball handler.
yeah, so they already have that scat back type guy. So I think there's a lot looking up there. You got some good wideouts. You know what? I'll pull up their key additions, see if there's anyone that we're forgetting about. And for Donnie, learning about the first time.
And you notice, I can turn my phone to the side. By the way, guys, if you're chatting, I don't see it, so maybe there is or not, or maybe some chat. I'm just waiting. We need to talk more about the Eagles if we're going to get ratings in our, So we're willing to do.
We'll cover
we
Broncos
wanna
first.
sell
We'll come
out.
back. We'll come back.
But the gum is staying on the side of my phone. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that or not.
I would throw it away.
I want to chew that
That's
so
disgusting.
bad.
That's ABC gum. It's going right back in his mouth. Don't do it.
I'm not. I'm not. It's
Anyway,
too loud.
you guys also signed Evan Engram, who on his Twitter posted himself as the Joker. So he's saying that he's Sean Payton's guy, that they're going to move around, play the slot a little bit.
Yeah,
That'll be a good addition for him.
Yeah, he's going to – every young quarterback needs a good tight end. So that's I think he's going to be huge for that offense.
me too.
He might pick up 70 balls.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm going into last year, I wasn't the most excited Bronco fan. I mean, the year they had turned out to be so much better than what I anticipated.
Who's the Broncos play then?
So get some firepower there for Bo Nixie there, and it's going to be pretty awesome. I can't wait.
I mean, I think you guys are. I was being serious. I think you have a top 2 defense.
Yeah.
If those guys all work together the way I think they will. Monster defense, and defense wins you championships.
It does. We lost so many close games.
No schedule.
We lost so many close games that, the game changer is be able to put more points up so that way our defense doesn't have to keep us in. Because there was just the whole beginning of the season, we couldn't put up the points.
Yeah, but if you have a defense limiting the opponents to, 13 points a game, you're going to win more than you lose.
Yeah, that's what we want.
So, I was just asking him real quick. That's what I was whispering to him about, like, when does Denver meet Kansas City this year? And the schedule's not up yet, but that'll be a good one to watch.
It'll tell what the season's going to be like early.
Mm-hmm.
We play them twice every year, so the thing is you want to make sure if you can build a team to beat Kansas City, you go to the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the Eagles that Donnie wanted to cover again. So Saquon Barkley, and I approach it a little differently because I'm not a big Eagles fan. Some people probably love this. I think it's a little questionable because he was already under contract, but they gave him an extension worth $41 million, paid him more, which I think cost them, and they had to get rid of some players. So they traded, I believe, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who 2 years ago left, and their defense fell apart a little bit. He's kind of like that quarterback of the defense. He makes sure that everyone's lined up correctly. He's not afraid to get his nose in the run game. He's great deep safety. He can kind of clean up those mistakes that your defense might make. And they, for whatever reason, have traded him. They brought in Kenyon Green. They also traded a fifth rounder for him. So they got better on the O-line. I think their defense is going to suffer because of that. They brought in Josh Uche to cover up some of their defensive departures. They brought in Dory Jackson, who I loved when he first came in the league, but now he's kind of a journeyman. They brought in a Falcon, so probably they're going to have the best special teams in the league this year with Avery Williams, who's a great kick returner and a good gunner.
He's finally going to work out. He couldn't do it for my team, so here you go.
So I loved him. He just got hurt. That's all. We brought him in. I believe he was a cornerback, and he played wide out and running back and kick returner for us. I like him, so I think he'll be good for the Eagles. Even if they did nothing, they have Saquon Barkley.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter.
The man jumps backwards.
It's a good thing the Eagles didn't have Kyle as their coach. I'm sure they would have not.
They would have thrown the ball more.
Yeah, especially in the second half.
So
I'm not bitter.
On to
He's not mad.
the Falcons. Doug will be here all day. So
Yeah, that's what you could tell by the tone of his voice when to just start talking about your favorite team again.
Yep.
No, I just don't know how the Eagles are going to have another great year. I
They
feel
will. Oh, they will.
They
will.
They can't not have a great year. When I look at that division too, it's going to be such a great year because Washington should. I'm really excited to see what Washington does this year. Really, really excited for Daniels. There's just so much.
Who's going to be in the basement in the East?
Giants.
I know, but
I know.
what I'm I guess what I'm going to is the Eagles and the Redskins will not. They'll be 1 and 2. Right?
Yeah.
So
I think so.
who's going to be 3 and 4?
I think Giants will be 4.
It's going to be really interesting to see what Dallas could put together after this.
Could
this
you imagine
year.
if they're 3 though?
Last year?
Maybe they get a quarterback. I guess they signed a quarterback already. So, but anyway, we'll go over that in a second while we're covering the East, I guess. For Eagles fans who live near us and would be mad if we didn't cover the whole division, probably.
These views better go up, or we're going to stop talking about the Eagles.
So, did Washington sign any notable receivers, Doug?
I don't know. Did they? Sounds like you're looking at it.
Well, did they trade for any, I guess, is the real question. Fine. They traded for Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
He's
if he
gonna be
has
a
the
great-
answers and he asked the question, isn't that a loaded question?
Because he was wanting to rub it in on the end. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
So they did get a 5th-round pick for him, so equal, fair
fifth
value.
round.
Fair value.
That's not fair, guys, and you know it.
He's going to be huge for them. A player that can move around like that.
A player like that There's no way that should have been. There's no way it's a 5th-round pick. Whatever. Anyhow,
They're bringing Zach Ertz back. They traded for Laramie Tunsil, so now they got a blindside guy to protect Jaden Daniels, which he doesn't even really need protection. If something breaks down, he just busts off a 20-yard run on you. I think that's really it.
So where are the Redskins pick in the draft? They like 25th or something?
I
imagine they're probably pretty up there, right? Like,
so I'm pulling up the draft order as we speak there, Doug. So maybe I should type in the word order.
The reason I ask that is because, listen, Scary Terry is getting up there in age, right? And I know he's pretty clutch in games, but you signed Debo. I'm just saying this year and next year, you think they got to go after a wideout, right? Like,
they're the 29th pick.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think so. Both those guys are a bit older.
Well, Debo's still got plenty of years left. But what I'm saying is McLaurin is...
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Yeah, and I know he's clutch. I know he's, bringing in balls, but how many more years can he do that?
At least enough for another Super Bowl run this year.
I think, yeah, but I'm saying, I think you have to draft a good wideout or sign one this year or next year, right? You have to do something because you have an average or better than average defense, but your offense is just really, really strong. And now you sign Debo. You have Robinson running the ball. I mean,
Zach
Ertz at tight end, right? Now he's not a youngster, but I think they need to look for a wideout within the next year or so, right? Like you have to.
Yeah, get a good young guy in there. They're going to make noise this year.
Don't worry, Ricky Pearce will be available after a year or two, and they can get him for a 7th-round pick or something.
I think regardless of what you think or how great a player could be for a team, the team that has the best tush push wins the championship. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's what happened last year.
I sent you guys a video. Did you watch it?
I don't remember.
On the tush push. So there's a bunch of analysts. I forget where they were, what show it was on, and they were talking about the tush push, and they're like, listen, if the offense can do it, right? If the offense can line up and push this guy, and they can push, 4 people pushing the quarterback into the thing, but the defense isn't allowed to do that, how's that fair?
Yeah, so it's under some scrutiny right now. They were going to vote on it at the last owners meeting, and they decided to table it until, I believe, May. So a lot of people believe it's going to go away, which is bad for the Eagles because...
how many tush pushes did we get last year?
Well, no, they have Saquon Barkley, and they brought in another guy. So they have a guy known as the Quad Father that they brought in because he's jacked, and he's going to be fantastic at pushing tushies.
He's squatting 1,700 pounds or something.
The Quad. Yep.
He must be an ass man. I'm just saying.
All right, Kramer.
Oh, man. And
I knew that was going to happen. Gum still did not fall off.
Donnie is throwing stuff around here.
No, I'm trying to figure this out, man. Trying to figure it out. Because I got it to come up, but I still don't see any chat, so maybe nobody's chatting.
You won't? Oh, okay. So you would.
Yeah,
I don't see any chat going up in there either. So
yeah. Anyway, Saquon is Saquads. That's what his nickname, and then they got the Quad Father.
I'm trying to figure this chat out. Will you send me a chat and see if it goes up the screen?
I'm not on Facebook.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, so 2.
Saquon he's the man.
I was waiting for him to get up and take the mic with him.
So to the Giants.
Imagine.
Russell, Super Bowl ex-Bronco.
Yeah.
Super Bowl winning ex-Broncos quarterback, Russell Wilson. 1-year deal. They also brought in Jameis Winston.
Where's he going?
Wait, they brought in Winston too.
Yeah, so to the Giants, they also have Tommy DeVito. So they have
excited
Lil Jordan Humphrey, who was... Matt talked about him once in a while. I don't know a lot about him. And Donnie, being a Broncos fan who knows none of his players, probably doesn't know him.
That is absolutely not true. I don't know any of the new players. And half of them are new, but...
And that's kind of it as far as their key signings go. And then the Cowboys, again, they brought in Joe Milton, I talked about. They have Miles Sanders there now. They have Paris Campbell, who I guess is going to be their number 2 unless they draft somebody. They brought in Dante Fowler Jr. To be a edge rushing partner with Micah Parsons. They brought in Solomon Thomas. I believe he's an ex-49er, D lineman.
He is.
They traded for Khair Elam with the Bills.
Was Thomas a former first-round pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's kind of it for that team. And then I guess we'll take it to my favorite squad, the Falcons. So one move that we did make is we acquired Leonard Floyd, ex-49ers pass rusher. So there's I think he's going to be good for us. I don't know that he's the main guy anymore, but he's from Georgia. He's excited to be there. His family's glad he's back, and he used to be a 49er. That's what I could tell you about him.
Yeah, until we get sound effects. That's what we got. A soundboard.
Doug sound effects. We brought in Morgan Fox, another D lineman. This signing is debatable. As a Falcons fan, I want it to be great. We brought in Divine Diablo, super athletic guy. When he came into the league, he was kind of a tweener linebacker, safety, but he's going to be playing linebacker for us, probably off ball. I believe they're saying he's good in coverage, also a good run defender, so we'll see how he turns out. And we also brought in Jordan Fuller as a safety to replace Justin Simmons. They're not bringing Justin Simmons back. He does want to be back, so maybe there's something going on there, but you never know. We also brought in Jamal Agnew, a Pro Bowl kick returner to replace the best special teams player in the league that went to the Eagles, Avery Williams. That's really it. So,
Do you have any key losses this year?
key losses, not really. Our team's young, if you remember. So it's not really anything going on. So one that I wish was a key loss would be Kirk Cousins. I don't understand how.
Keep paying him his money, baby.
So I've actually changed my mind on this. So we gave him his roster bonus. Rumors are they're willing to trade him as long as the team trading for him takes some of his salary cap. I don't think the draft capital matters or what they're trading for matters. I think it's more they want someone to take on some of the salary cap. If no one's willing to do that and we have him this year, I hope we don't cut him. And then next year he's only getting $10 million, which is, I think, a fair number for a backup quarterback, and I think he would be one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. So I'm on board with it. I say keep him. We already paid him. Do not cut him. But he's threatening that he's going to skip OTAs, stuff like that, which isn't a real Kirk Cousins move. Usually he's a pretty stand-up guy, and he's willing to be there and help, but I guess there's some bad blood there. Apparently he had a call with Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, and was asking to be released, and Arthur Blank said he's going to do what's best for the organization and Kirk.
He's going to Wilson your ass. That's what it sounds like.
I don't think so. I don't think they're going to cut him. Why would you pay him to go play for another team? So what team would do that, Donnie?
I don't know. I was so excited when it happened.
I don't think,
wasn't it?
I don't think
Excitement?
I don't think a team like Atlanta's going to cut him, right? So,
Like, honestly, I was at the point where the frustration level was so high that
Russell?
when it happened, I was just like, yeah, I don't know, what's a couple $100 million? They'll figure it out. Now we're screwed for 2 years. Won't be able to get anybody worth anything because there he is, sitting on the sidelines. But then you saw what he did to the poor Steelers. He gave them hope all year long until it counted. And then there we go, right up the chute.
well, come on.
Are you going to justify?
They're playing better teams.
Who's playing better teams?
Pittsburgh.
That has nothing to do with what he did to them last season.
He looked good for a few weeks.
He looks so good. Yeah. See, that's what he does.
Are you talking about Super Bowl winning MVP?
2-time
Ex-Broncos.
Isn't he a 2-time?
I don't think so. Just one, right?
Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, anyway, he comes in and he looks so good. Smells good. I mean, he's prim and proper. He gives you promises. It looks good for a while. We all have exes here. Are any of us married to our high school sweetheart and it's still just working? Let me tell you, he is that girl.
I can't answer that.
He is that girl. And then what happens is 5 years into the relationship, thank goodness it wasn't 5 years for the Broncos. Maybe 2-3 years into the relationship, where's my ring? She says. We're still talking about Wilson, by the way.
Donnie, I didn't date in high school. I waited till I met the woman of my dreams and I married her.
You're a lucky man, Doug.
Thank you.
But not all NFL careers happen like that.
I get it.
I'm just saying, we got Wilson, and it was worth every penny to try and get rid of him. And then we did. And then we lost out, kinda. But did we? Because he became a Steeler. And then what happened? He stole your dreams.
Yeah, well, I mean, he stole
Just like my ex-girlfriend in high school.
Justin Fields' dreams.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I felt like Fields should have been there all the time. And you're a huge Fields fan.
I actually do like Fields. I was hoping before we brought in Kirk Cousins.
You were talking better about
wanted
him
Justin
than
Fields.
Cousins all year.
Yeah, I wanted Fields.
Well, not to get off subject here, we're talking about Fields and take me back to, do you see what the Bears have done?
Yeah. I was going to bring him up.
They're giving him protection.
Big moves.
Like, yes. Maybe this is the year for the Bears. Umberger, you listening?
A lot's
The Bears.
riding on Caleb Williams. So, have him pulled up here. They acquired in a trade Jonah Jackson from the Rams, great offensive guard.
Yep.
They gave up a 6th rounder only to get him, which I don't understand. They just wanted the Bears to be better, I guess. Then they trade for Joe Tooney with the Chiefs, who is a fantastic guard, but also played some tackle during injury issues that the Chiefs had. I don't understand why they would even trade him. They traded a 4th rounder for him. Then Atlanta is unable to sign our center, who was, PFF says, one of the top centers in the league, to a 3-year, $42 million deal. So the interior of that line just got a ton better. So he's going to have protection. He's not going to have to run immediately.
I mean, if he goes from, 65 sacks to 35 sacks, that's a huge improvement.
Just imagine.
They also, on the other side of the ball,
he was sacked like 70 times.
He was running for his life most of the year.
Yeah.
and they also brought in Grady Jarrett for the defense. So they just made the trenches of that team so much better.
Good for him.
They did the right things that you should do when you have a young quarterback. So on a rookie deal, they brought in talent around him. I guess they're going to say that their offensive playmakers are fine.
Well, they did that with Fields too.
Yeah, I mean,
No, they did not. He got no
protect the guy.
Yeah, they didn't protect him.
It was a joke, but your
they
look
got
was
him a
great.
weapon.
Your
They
look
got him
was
a couple
great.
of weapons. You got to give him that. With DJ Moore, so I don't know. I'm excited to see what they can do. I like Caleb Williams, explosive guy, fun to watch.
Yeah.
So he can make some throws that just you're like, oh my god, did he just do that?
I know.
But
But how do you make those throws when you're on your back?
You'd be surprised.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying. No, he
I meant from getting sacked.
he
so did Donnie.
even though he was running for his life,
He was.
and it was so horrible to see. Like, you just knew that they were going to blitz every single play because, it was working. But what he was able to do under duress was pretty awesome at times.
It was Purdy.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway,
But
on to
I'm
some
back
key
in.
signings around the league.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo Bills, a lot of people's favorite team, Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
They didn't do a ton, but they signed 3 edge players. Joey Bosa, they brought in on a 1-year deal. Michael Hocht, they brought in on a 3-year deal. And then Greg Rousseau signed a 4-year extension. So they got better on the edge, which getting after the quarterback and protecting your quarterback, a lot of people will say is the
If
most
Joey
important
can
part.
stay healthy, that's a big improvement.
Yeah, so they did some work in their secondary. Dane Jackson, Chris Benford. That's actually a name I don't know, but he signed a huge deal, so they must think he's pretty good. Miami brought in Zach Wilson. Not a ton of change there. They brought in KJ Britt, linebacker. Artie Burns corner. Not a lot going on there. They have Melifonwu signed a 1-year, $4 million deal.
Melifonwu.
Yeah, so... And what's going on with Tyreek Hill there? So, is he one out? Are they going to let him out?
He wants out. Didn't he ask for a trade?
Yeah, I actually hate Tyreek Hill. I hope he gets cut and not signed anywhere.
No, we should do until...
You don't hate him. You just dislike him.
No, I hate him. So...
Because we're talking, way more about players because we don't have games right now. We should have a balls deep player of the week for Doug.
Tyreek, I'd like to apologize on behalf of my esteemed colleague here. He means dislike, right? Because no one really hates anyone. So I like to apologize,
So anyway, play his son now. I said best wishes, and I hope he's doing okay.
Best wishes.
Yeah, to his son. Yeah. So anyway, New England.
Wow.
Brought in Mac Hollins, who's a weirdo of a receiver. He doesn't wear shoes. He's just a weird guy, but, good hands.
4 degrees outside. He walks in barefoot.
They have Stephon Diggs there now, 3 years, $69 million. So Drake May's got a couple of weapons there, I guess. Austin Hooper, ex-Falcons. One of the best tight ends probably to ever do it is also there. So
I think that's a stretch, but I'll let you have it since it's your team.
They brought in Morgan Moses as an offensive tackle. They brought in Wes Schweitzer. They brought in Garrett Bradbury. So they beefed up their offensive line a bit. They got a couple edge rushers, Caleb Chason and Harold Landry, and then also Milton Williams on the defensive line. So they made some improvements. They might be a surprise team next year.
That's what I'm hearing. I unfortunately live with a New England fan, and he's just always talking like they're making moves.
They brought in a $60 million corner, so they're definitely making some...
Keep saying they're looking good.
Yeah, some changes. The Jets, that's where Justin Fields went. So 2 years, $40 million. So a backup last year, 2 years, $40 million starter. Are the Jets going to be better with him?
Yeah.
Are they going to miss?
You think so?
Rodgers?
Over Rodgers?
Who's his wideouts there?
Well, it's Garrett Williams, right?
Who's got weapons?
And I don't know who the other guy is.
Come on.
So they got Tyler Johnson and Josh Reynolds, I could tell you.
So even though Aaron isn't there,
Devontae Adams still there?
do they still have just they had a lot of talent surrounding Aaron Rodgers, and it just imploded for some reason.
I'm pretty sure Devontae's still there, right?
I don't know. I thought he wanted out. I thought he might have went somewhere else, but I guess
he went to go to the same place that Rodgers is going.
I don't think so. I think I can't remember.
I think Rodgers going to the couch.
It's in our.
Is Rodgers going to the couch?
No, they're thinking Steelers.
Really?
That's what a lot of people are saying right now.
That's what I kind of heard too. I wasn't sure that it was final. That's not final though, is it?
No, he's still on his darkness retreat and stuff like that. So they have some time before he's even, back to being a normal human being.
I heard Big Ben might come back.
You imagine?
He did say that he might come back. They got DK Metcalf there. The receivers are just being fist fights constantly. That's gonna be a fun to watch though. Those two guys will lay a block on you. That's for sure. So, the Bengals re-signed Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, surprisingly, and Mike Gesicki. All three of them brought back. So, somehow, they decided to pay 2 wide receivers tons of money and no money on defense. So,
well, when you put up 50 points a game, you just got to hope that you only give up 49.
Then they're going to have to.
You can't score more than I can.
They're going to have to.
That's another team I'm kind of excited about this year, too.
Scored a ton of points.
The Bengals, as you say. Bengals.
Just another manic Monday.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Anyway, the Browns signed Joe Flacco.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah, he's back.
Are you? No.
Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco are their quarterbacks right now. There's some rumors that's where Kirk Cousins might end up.
They have a new quarterback every 5 minutes over there.
Well, they still have Deshaun Watson. Who probably.
I think I saw something last year where they went over the quarterbacks they've had since however their last long-term one, Esiason was, whenever, not
25 and 25 years.
With Cleveland, whoever it was their last big Bernie Kosar maybe, and it showed how many quarterbacks they've had, and it was like, I don't know, 710. It was like a ridiculous number, like 43 or something.
And they've had more quarterbacks than years of football.
Yeah, it's great. It's
I want to cheer for them though, so bad.
Yeah,
Like,
the
I just
Browns
wanna-
fans, I feel for you.
Man, I would love to see the Browns be the Kansas City Chiefs. I would like to see them be the new Chiefs for the next 3 years. It just will not happen.
So you want your team to lose to them?
Go Browns. Go Flacco. Should I say that?
Miles
Go Flacco.
Garrett said he doesn't believe that they're establishing a winning culture there, and he said, "Trade me. I want out of here." And then
He signs
they
a big
gave him a whole
contract.
bunch of money, and he said, "I don't even remember what I was saying, guys."
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I love it here.
Cleveland's a great city. It's always warm. He loves it now.
It is.
So,
And hey, even when it snows in April and May, it doesn't last long. That's what keeps me here in Pennsylvania. Same stuff.
Oh my!
they signed two super athletic linebackers, Jerome Baker and Devin Bush. Not a lot of movement there. They have a lot of money tied up in their quarterback. So the Steelers, that's where, they think that
Rumors.
Rodgers is going to go. Kenneth Gainwell was signed. DK Metcalf was traded for, and then signed 4 years, $132 million contract.
What did they get for Metcalf? I'm curious.
They traded a second rounder and a late round swap.
Okay.
That's it. Not a lot of other things going on there. Yeah, nothing. Darius Slay from the Eagles is there.
All right.
So, Eagles lost a lot of guys on their defense. I'm curious to see how they're going to do on defense this year. Texans didn't
Let me know
make a
if you
ton
want
of
a
moves either. They signed Daniil Hunter, edge rusher, to the Texans. They made a ton of moves the last couple of years, so the money's drying up a little bit there. But they did get C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who's a fantastic leader for any defense. The Colts, Daniel Jones. So it's going to be an open competition, according to them.
Really?
Yeah, so young quarterback there. I don't understand why you'd open it yet. I think he, still has some.
Well, maybe they think he's going to learn from Jones.
No, Jones has a chance. That's why I wanted to go there. He has a chance to start, and honestly, he might win.
I've said this before, and I know Giants fans are going to hate me. He's not a terrible He's not great, but he's not a terrible quarterback.
I think he's got a ton of potential. I think it just wasn't a good thing there where he was.
He can move.
Get him a good
he
fit.
can run a little bit. He's okay passing. We'll see. That's Colts are in a tough spot too. So it's not like he went somewhere who's got a ton of weapons. Jacksonville signed ex-49ers quarterback Nick Mullins. So that's another guy that you lost in case you were wondering. So Tennessee didn't do a whole lot either. They have a new head coach now. And that's really all they did.
Who's our head coach now?
I don't actually remember the name of the guy who went
Okay,
there.
all right, sorry.
But their old coach is now the head coach of the Patriots. So they fired a guy after 1 year.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake. What was his name from the Pats head coach from last year? Shit.
Who's next player? Gerard Mayo, maybe? Was it Mayo?
Mayo, right?
I think so.
I'm really good with coach names.
I thought he did well, dude. I understand
Yeah,
they
it's
didn't
1
win
year.
a ton of games, but give the guy a chance.
Yeah, give him more than 1 year.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Raiders traded for Geno Smith, their starting quarterback.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, it's oh my God, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's the head coach there, and he had a great season with Geno Smith. So maybe he's looking to catch some of that magic.
Playoffs.
Pete Carroll, dude.
Yeah.
So Chargers signed Najee Harris. That's going to be the running back there with Harbaugh. So I think he's going to have a great year.
Wait.
That's where Trey Lance went, by the way.
With Trey Lance with the
Yeah.
San Diego?
Yeah, and he had a unexpectedly athletic quarterback there before.
Chargers, they have a busy backfield.
So then they brought Mike Williams back. So he's back for
That's good for them.
some signings on the line, both sides. No super notable names, but Harbaugh's going to build something there.
And they lost Joey.
Yep. So there'll be a...
I mean, being a Broncos fan, that's a team I just can't get behind, you know? Another thing is the Raiders. Every year you hear that the Raiders are just putting something together. I just pray it falls apart.
Lions re-signed Tim Patrick. That was their big addition this year.
That's for you, Matt. Tim Patrick, baby. Patrick.
What a shame for the Lions. The Lions were supposed to go all the way and just take it all
And
last
now
year.
they lost both of their coordinators. So
What are they going to do?
Ben Johnson is now with Caleb Williams.
Man.
I know names. All right. That's kind of it. So as I'm going through here, we kind of covered everything. Although, here's some news that isn't a signing, but I believe Derek Carr has a shoulder injury. They think he's probably out for the year. So some bad news for the Saints
That's
already.
be a severe,
Yeah, so they have Brandon Cooks and Dante Pettis there. They're going to be catching balls from maybe, I guess, oh my God, I can't remember the name of the guy they drafted last year. I want to say Ratliff, but I don't think that's his name.
maybe
They drafted a new one.
the same.
Yeah, they might be drafting.
Imagine.
It could be an Aaron
that
Rodgers.
Could be it for Carr.
That
honestly.
could be an Aaron Rodgers.
It could be. I mean,
Yeah.
they need a quarterback now.
Wow.
Yep. The Bucks re-signed Chris Godwin and acquired Hassan Reddick. They re-signed some of their own defensive players, just keep a band together.
Is Godwin going to be back and healthy? I thought it was a severe injury he had.
Not sure, but he re-signed a 3-year, $66 million deal.
Guess
so
it wasn't that severe.
I guess they do think he's going to be okay. As I go down here, the Rams, they restructured Matt Stafford in order to keep some of their guys around. That's where Devontae Adams went. So he's a Ram now.
Okay. All right.
So, the Niners, we covered. Anyone you want to go over from the Niners again, Doug?
How about them Yankees?
How do they... I mean, Purdy's going to sign, right?
Well,
How does Purdy not
they hope
sign?
so.
How does he not? Like, what...
You'd think you'd give a hometown discount, but
I think-
apparently he wants to get paid.
Is he holding out for more
I
money?
don't think he's holding.
He's not holding out, no, but I think he's still got a year left before anything even has to happen.
No.
My honest opinion is they're going to come back and offer him somewhere around $55 million. He's just going to sign.
Yeah, I think... I want to say they offered him Dak Prescott money, and he said no.
It's just, that's just so scary when you think, what if he doesn't sign?
And they already got rid of all
Can
those
we go there?
guys.
We need to talk about the upcoming draft.
No, real quick.
No,
Do you
my
think
thought
Brock
was
Purdy-
Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, if Purdy doesn't sign.
Well, no,
Yeah.
here's my question to Doug. Do you think Brock Purdy can carry the team?
Yes.
You think he's that guy? I always thought of him just a point guard, just distributing the ball a little bit. He's not a team carrier to me.
Do I think he's Tom Brady? No.
Who is?
Okay. Do I think... You know who I'd like to compare him to? And don't,
Bo Nix, right? Where he has absolutely no weapons, but he just finds a way to win games anyway.
I think, and I mean this, I think he has the ability to throw the ball and seriously put up 4,000 yards every season. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to get the job done, right? Like, he's one of those guys that's going to throw 4,000 yards, throw 25 touchdowns, 10 picks, and always be above average. I just don't think. Do I think he can carry a team? I do. I don't think it's enough. You need to have a solid running back and a good defense. And when you start letting pieces get away, it's going to hurt. Well, we'll see what happens this year. I'm excited because I'm a diehard Niners fan and I want things to work.
I don't know what you're saying right now. Like, I'm trying to invest. It almost sounds like you're explaining a career of a porn star with a small penis.
You want me to say it?
And he's amazing.
I hate saying it.
He's in all the videos.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, no, I think he's better than
He's-
that.
I think that's actually a great comparison.
Do
Okay,
you?
I didn't want to say it, but
I think so.
I think that's the type of
Decent
player.
quarterback, but he can't quite carry his team by himself.
And he falls apart. For some
He really
reason,
fell apart. He's just.
I don't know. That's
Like,
what I'm thinking.
You need more. You need to have a coach that's going to stick with a running back like McCaffrey, and don't say, you know what, Purdy, you got this. We're not going to give it to McCaffrey. We're going to give him a rest for 1.5 quarters.
Yeah.
You got this.
I honestly thought last year, I thought it was an injury thing.
No.
I thought that there was changes, so many changes around him that, like, I thought there were injuries all around him, and it just wasn't working out because of they had a rough go. I mean, really rough go with injuries last year. That's what I thought.
After this season, I think at the end of the season, we'll all have a better understanding and aspect on how Purdy will do, because your defense it didn't get better, right? So with losing Debo and not signing any big names, I think you're going to see more of what Purdy's going to do, right? And listen, if he comes out, let's say he does this year. Let's say he throws 4,500 yards and 32 touchdowns and 6 picks. Yes, then he can carry a team, and he can put them on his shoulders, and he can do it. But if he does 3,500 yards with 25 touchdowns and 10, 11 picks, he's a Dak Prescott type of player.
All right.
That's my honest opinion.
Yeah. So we got to watch and see. Proof is in the pudding.
It's going to be a different year for him. Kittle's not getting younger.
Yeah. And honestly, I thought they just I honestly thought it was an injury thing that they didn't do as well as they did.
Look up his stats from last year,
Yeah.
like what his final stats were.
And he's such a great quarterback. I really feel
I love his attitude, and he's smart. The kid's smart, right?
I think he's fun to watch when things are going good, man. They're going really good. And for some reason, they're just not clicking.
But when they
can't
go
figure it out.
bad,
Yeah.
he's not going to the bench and throwing his helmet and acting like he's cool-headed, right?
Yeah.
Which you got to love as a player, a coach, a fan.
Yeah.
You got to love.
He can make a really bad play and come back and still play amazing football and finish it out.
Yeah.
So
last year he had 3,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 picks.
Yeah. So if he does that again this year, no, he can't. He's not.
The year before he was 4,280, 31 touchdowns, 11 picks.
So if he does that this year, then yes, he can.
So what's one of the best things they could do for the draft?
There's 10 more touchdowns there.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
What are you most excited for in the draft for the Niners? What would you really love to see? Right out the gate, first pick. What do you want to see?
Honestly,
Yeah.
the best defensive cornerback you can get.
So you want a corner defensive back?
We need a shutdown cornerback. We need a guy who can say, put him on Revis Island, right? He will not catch a ball. And if you guys remember Revis for like 6 years, he was the man. No one. You throw balls his way, you're getting shut down.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
So if you
be afraid,
you need a talented player like that, because the Niners, they probably led the league the last 5 years on offensive pass interference, right? So if you get a guy that can shut down their best wideout and not have those offensive penalties, that's huge for your defense, and then huge for your offense.
And then leads us into Donnie. Who do you want for the Broncos?
I mean, defensively, I'm excited. Offensively, like the tight end the tight end situation that we were talking about, I think is huge. I mean, running back, rushing, controlling. What do we have? We didn't have a significant, just that guy that was gonna run week in and week out. And we had 3-4 people trying, receivers, pitching in, running. I just really, really feel that we need to control the time of possession. One thing that would be really, really big offensively would be control the clock, and everything can't be on.
So what
Bo Nix.
what are you saying you need in the draft?
I need a running back.
Yep.
All right.
Do
That's
number
what we
one.
said.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
we
so
need
too. I think a power back too.
yeah. Somebody who the little fast guy that can.
I think you already have him.
I want the big. I want the big guy that can just give me one cut. And mow people down. It's time to. I'm excited to mow grass.
What do you need, Adam?
So what do I?
That is, if we could ask him again.
So real quick, a player that I'd love to go to the Broncos.
It was so natural.
I'm assuming you can't get the top running back. He's probably going to be gone by the time you guys draft, unless you trade up. Maybe he falls.
Is that another bad Russell? Thing.
Are you going to say January?
I think he's going to be gone, Jenny. I think he's going to be gone. So I hope Scatabo. I think he's that
strong, ill will.
Let me pound it. And that John Payton loves those guys.
The bus.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to see him go there. I think he'd be awesome for Payton. He can catch too.
That's what I love about Barkley.
Well, he's not Barkley.
I'm just saying. That's what I love about Barkley is that. I mean, nobody's Barkley, right? But I mean, that guy that you just hand off and he's just going to make a move and he's going to mow you down. But I mean, he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff as he's running, right? But I mean, just give me that guy that does that big cut and then he's going to lower his shoulder and he's going to take you for a ride. That's who I want.
He is. Are they predicting him going to second or third round?
I think second.
Yeah, and he's saying give me the ball. I will show you I can do it. And that guy has something to prove, right? So he is going to come to your OTAs. He's going to come to your practice, and he is going to try to win you the ball game every time he touches the ball.
Well, I think he has that. So Peyton had a lot of success when he had a scat back like Bush, but he also had Mark Ingram, and I think he gives you that Mark Ingram type guy.
I think he could be better than Ingram.
Ingram was good, but I think he's a better power runner.
I watched him in 2 games this season. Oh my gosh! Give me the ball.
Yeah, I'd love to. And he threw a touchdown or 2, I think.
I don't know about that. It was amazing. So
anyway, on to the Falcons. On to the Falcons.
What one player or position do you think you need?
All right, so
that your team needs.
Don't flip your paper. I think we need a pass rusher.
Don't flip it.
Hold on. However,
you need a rusher.
I want Malachi Starks, safety.
Yeah,
I love that kid.
I know, but
love that kid. I'd love to see us go him and then second round, or maybe trade back in, get a pass rusher at the end of the first. But
this is your number one thing.
It would be a great piece to the puzzle, but what do you think you need the most?
A rusher. They need.
I want Starks. I understand we need a rusher.
You do.
So we have some guys already. Maybe they'll develop, is the way that I look at it. We had a guy, Braylon Trice, got hurt last year. Could he be the guy? Who knows? However, I want Malachi Starks. I think he's the cleanest player in this draft. I think he's going to be fantastic.
Where do you guys pick?
15.
Yeah, the guy from Penn State won't be there.
Abdul Carter's going probably 2.
Yeah.
I think to Cleveland.
That's how I feel about the Broncos
if you could get
too.
a guy
I feel
like Carter.
So we'll look at all the other guys. That's kind of like, do you want the fast guy? Do you want the guy who needs to develop? Do you want the strong guy? There's a kid out of Marshall, Mike Green.
Carter has it all.
Yeah, but you got Mike Green out, who probably has it all too, out of Marshall, but he potentially has some off-the-field issues that are going to hurt him. So I think take Starks. He's a baller. He's a leader of the defense. He's a culture changer. He's a locker room guy. I love him. That's who I want. I'd love to be able to will it. I think we're going to take a pass rusher, but I don't want us to. I think he's an amazing football player. He's that guy who can play deep third. He'll come up and tackle. He can play linebacker. Dude's tough as shit. I love him.
Just watching the couple games that I watched.
All heart right now. All heart.
Yeah. Just watching the couple games of the Falcons. I probably watched 3 or 4 games.
No brains. All heart.
No, a lot of brains.
They need some rushing.
Me?
They need some defensive rushing.
No brains, all hearts.
They need to put pressure on the quarterback.
We do. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
We do. However, I want Starks.
I'm excited for your offense.
I think we're going to be...
Yeah, me too.
I think Pennick's going to be great.
How's that come?
Yeah,
Well, can you hear it? I have my mouth closed.
Yes.
Here, I'm going to dock this again and hope this Mountain Dew doesn't spill. I really feel...
You better hope.
Here's the Broncos I want to see. Control time of possession. Just be able to run that ball and then have a defense that just shuts you down. You have no chance in the fourth quarter.
Listen, they have
No
offensive weapons. They have
I know
their
they do
wideouts.
now.
They have their running back.
I know we need a running back.
They can't stop people.
Oh, you're talking about Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about my Broncos. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were still talking about Atlanta.
So you think Drake London's going to blow up this year?
I just think that they have the team. They have a team. They have enough offensive weapons, right? Those guys just need to spend an extra 3 or 4 minutes every game on the field.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. I think we need to take a pass rusher at some point. I want Starks. The dude is a baller.
That's all he wants. That's all he wants.
That's great. Get a baller that can shut down the middle. Anyone coming across, you're great. But
no, he's also helping the run game. He's also lining us up correctly.
Dude,
he's also cleaning up our garbage.
But he's not. You guys need to put pressure on the quarterback. You're not getting there.
Yeah. We got some guys.
I love you. I'm
that's
trying
the
to be as
biggest
honest
thing.
as I can and stuff that I see.
Yeah, that is the biggest thing, really.
Once Abdul Carter's gone, you really think that those let's say they're good pass rushers.
Who's the guy from Alabama? There's another one from Alabama that's really good all around.
Well, yeah, there's Jalen Carter, there's Michael Williams. I agree with you. Or Michael.
When the opposing quarterback has 15 seconds to throw the ball, it's not good.
Yeah,
It's not good.
15. But when you have 6, 7, 8 seconds,
Let's say we draft one of those guys. They get 10
feel like
sacks.
15.
That's really what our team needed.
Yeah.
yeah, if you have a guy that can interrupt the
Shut
ball
it
game,
down.
if he gets 10, 12 sacks but has like 25 pressures, 30 pressures,
He's in his face. He's knocking the ball down. He doesn't even have to sack him. He
that's
just has to
maybe
be in his
stopping
face.
2 drives every game. 2 offensive drives every game that you take their offense off and put your offense on.
And I'm with you, but we could also have the best safety to come out of the draft in the last probably 15 years.
Hey, listen.
I don't think your safeties are that bad.
Every time Tom Brady didn't win a Super
We had
Bowl,
one good
it was
one.
because, somebody from the defense was just in his face and roughing him up all game.
I think it's because of
That's what Atlanta needs.
the helmet catch also.
Yeah. There was a little bit of that.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but we have Braylon Trice, who I think is going to be an 8-sack guy. Is another 2 sacks going to be?
I think it's just not that number.
Pressure.
It's the pressures.
Pressure on the quarterback.
So if you have one guy that is listen, and I mean this with all respect, take Boza from my team and put him on your team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're way better, but we're not getting a Bosa.
I know, but I'm saying that is like key part.
If we trade up and got Abdul Carter, I'd be with you. I'd be like, fuck yeah, that's what we need.
You don't think that's what you're going to get in the draft? You don't think they're going to get a Bosa?
No, I think Jalen Carter is a freak athlete. I think that Michael Williams, I think is his name I think he's going to be good.
There's like 2 or 3 that are really stand out, and they'll all be gone by the 7th pick. All of them will be gone.
So I want Starks. I say you take the best player on the board, and the best football player in this draft, in my opinion, is Malachi Starks.
Hold on. The Falcons pick 15th?
So let me ask you this.
What are the Broncos then? What is the Broncos
17,
pick?
18, somewhere in there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You beat us out? I'm mad.
So let me ask you this. Would you consider doing, let's say you get Starks, and then someone wants to trade up, you give away a couple picks or whatever to load up on next year, and then go after,
I don't think you risk it.
No, what I'm saying is you get Starks.
Yeah, so in the first round.
Yeah, so you get Starks, and then someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, we really want to trade up and take your 2nd round pick. We'll give you our, 2nd and 5th round pick for next year." Right?
They got to do it. Kirk Cousins fucked us out of our 3rd rounder.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying you get loaded up. So then next year you can come in and say, "Okay, we'll give you our 1st, our 2nd, and our 4th for your 1st and 4th." You know what I mean? Like you do a little maneuvering to trade up and get a top 5 pick to get that defensive rusher.
If I was going to put out my dream scenario, dream scenario for this draft is we draft Malachi Starks, and then nobody has traded with Cincinnati at this point, and we trade for Trey Hendrickson or 2nd rounder and whatever else they might want. That'd be my dream scenario. So we get a great pass rusher, we get Starks, and I think that solidifies our defense.
What do we say about that? From your lips
to Doug's penis.
I haven't heard.
Be a
Yo,
short
see that
discussion.
coming, Teddy? Huh?
It's a short discussion.
That's what we were saying last year anyway.
Doug just moved closer to me right after.
Oh my
Anyway.
goodness.
Okay, well,
Anyhow,
you know, hope all your dreams come true. You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
and mine too.
So
Mine too. We're running backs all the way around,
we're gonna have
except for Doug.
we're gonna have that live broadcast for the show. So I hope you guys are gonna be here for our live one. But the draft.
Yep.
It's coming.
So
Who's going number 1?
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
Yep, Cam Ward. They canceled a meeting with Shador Sanders. I think that's because they already decided on their guy.
Did they really?
Yeah, Shador was supposed to go there, and a news article came out said that they mutually agreed to cancel that.
Oh yeah, he's not going there then.
Yeah, so it's got to be canceled.
Okay,
So who's got the first pick?
What's wrong with my brain? Titans.
Oh, okay.
So
He's a Titan. Yeah.
so you say are you pulling up the?
You want me to?
Yeah, you can. I'm just curious. So you're thinking Cam Ward? I really thought it was.
I draft order.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to be Shador. I really did, but I didn't know. I didn't hear that, so I didn't know that there was the meeting was canceled. There's one or two comments up there.
Yeah, Teddy.
Teddy.
Tedderson, my
What'd he say?
buddy.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Teddy.
Yep. He's the
What did he say about me?
the beer man. Oh, I'm not going to tell you that. Your eyes are going to have to be really good.
Don't knock.
Thank
it
you,
over.
Teddy. It was nice to see comments. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, I thought people were talking the whole time, but I wasn't sure.
Cleveland too.
Oh, what's
Cleveland is too.
Abdul Carter, in my opinion.
really?
Yeah. It's to me, it's Abdul or it's oh man, I wish my.
Do you think they need a defensive end like that?
I think best player available.
You know, sometimes, yeah, sometimes you need something.
Or
but
Travis
what do you
Hunter.
really need
Who?
Travis
when
Hunter.
that kind of player becomes available? You know,
Travis Hunter, my favorite player in this draft.
Okay.
So he could play a little bit of wide out, a little bit of corner. I think he's a better corner than he is a wide out, but
So don't
he's
you
still a
think
dude.
he would help them more than Carter?
If
Unless
I'm the Cleveland Browns, I don't see how I could pass on Carter.
yeah.
So, I mean, I love Travis Hunter. He's my favorite player in college football. He's probably my favorite player in this draft. But I don't know.
So you
What do you
think-
guys think?
All right. I mean, I don't think they take Carter only because that's not their weakness.
Carter / Hunter, you're going? You think they'll take Hunter?
I mean, what? Listen, what do the Browns need?
I'm just going to say, if they don't take him, who do they take?
What?
Not a pass rusher.
No, they don't need a pass rusher.
Outside of that,
right?
pretty much everything else.
Right. So I thought they might even take Gentry.
Jenny, I don't think so. So I don't think they go running back this early. The Giants with Russell Wilson. Who are you saying? Who do you got it to?
What, they're 3? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Giants with 3rd pick?
Yeah, I really thought the Browns would take the running back, just because the kid is so. At least in college, I mean, he looked fabulous.
Yeah.
And they need offense, man. They need to score points. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're scoring 10 points a game, you're not winning.
I don't disagree.
Unless-
I could see Travis Hunter going there.
Yeah,
So-
it's hard to win on 10 points. Don't I know it? Man, why can't we just score more points?
All right, so 3 are the Giants, right?
Yeah, Giants. Where are they going?
I don't know.
That's a team that I think they could draft any position.
I mean, honestly, if the Browns don't, I bet they take Carter.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's easy to say that.
Right? Because
Do they go Hunter too? Are they also Carter / Hunter?
I think they could take any of those 3.
So Jenny, I could see them taking Jenny out.
That's what I'm saying. I think they could take any of those.
Could they even go wide out? Well, I guess Hunter is wide out.
Hey, we're going live during the
Oh yeah,
You think they go offensive lineman?
the whole time, right?
no.
Right.
Only because I think they could get that with the early pick in the second round.
All right.
Right? It's like you're saying you want someone who's a game changer, right?
Yeah.
At number 2, you're saying you take the best player you think is there in Carter. I'm saying the Browns don't need a Carter, and I know what you're saying. I 100% understand. I just don't think they need.
I don't think they need
a
him either.
defensive stud. I mean, do they trade down to like 4?
I could see that happening.
Do they trade down to like 4 and still get the player they want?
Is there somebody who falls in love with Shedeur Sanders?
Is there? What team in the top 10? No, what team in the top 15 needs the best pass rusher coming out of the
Atlanta. You think Chicago would do it? Maybe. They built a lot. I could see them trading.
You said it right away. Atlanta.
I mean, you got Carolina, you got the Vegas. I could see the Vegas making a move. It's any of those teams in the top 15 can move up. Probably not Dallas. San Francisco, I don't see moving up.
No, they
Miami, I don't see. Colts, maybe.
And if San Francisco moves up, they're not moving up for a Carter.
So,
we shall see. The whole time you guys are just pondering this, I'm just wondering if we're going to have like a meat and cheese tray there.
I just want to go over like the first 5 picks. Like
I don't know.
We thought with the first 5 picks. You know what I mean?
Then it goes Giants.
Yeah.
So we're saying.
So we put down Carter, Gentry, Hunter.
All right. And then we got New England.
Pats. Again, I think they could take just about.
Yeah, it's hard to say with him. They could go offensive line.
Wow, I didn't think they got to pick Drake that early.
That might be the first offensive lineman.
Pick 4?
I think so. What do you think? I think they could also steal the next best pass rusher. So it's kind of open there too.
I could see that happening for New England.
I think they're taking the best running back.
All right.
New England does?
That'll help Drake May.
Yep. 5th.
So 5 is Jacksonville. They should probably just trade and not blow the pick. It eliminates your ability to.
I mean, you just got done
pick up.
Paying your quarterback a ton of money last year, right? Like,
so they're not going to go running back. They could go Tyler Warren out of Penn State. That kind of do it all, tight end, fullback, play some tailback.
I'm not quite sure what I heard outside my headphones.
Yeah, it was a weird.
Did you hear that?
Dragging a body.
Listen, that's exactly what it sounded like. I was like, thunderstorms? But no, the dragging of the body. I have no idea what somebody might be doing upstairs with Doug downstairs.
Well, watch what you say, and don't spill that drink, or else you'll be his next body being slid out this house.
No, just saying. She's up there. You're down here. We're having a party. She's having a party.
I don't know.
Something's happening up in that bed upstairs.
I don't
know. Wow. Did you hear it again?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, I did. Teddy, can you hear that?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
Weber, where are you?
Think about football. Think about football. Yeah, I was just doing that last night.
So,
I'm excited.
Yeah. And just a reminder for everyone here, we're live on Twitch. We are live on maybe TikTok if Donnie gets his shit together.
It is.
Live on Facebook. You'll find our videos on YouTube and our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
And listen, for those people tuning in on draft night, we will follow everyone who leaves a comment, and then we will draw one winner out of the comments, and we will get with you and send you your favorite jersey of your favorite player.
Imagine that.
Wow.
Make sure you're in the comments, posting something up on draft night, and it'll be a good, fun time. We're going to be eating, drinking, talking, laughing.
Someone's getting a Penix jersey.
And someone is not getting a...
And we might get... I'm thinking we should re-gift the Wilson. Ooh, yeah.
No,
Side
no,
that's,
no, no,
that's
no,
waiting
no, no.
for Matt to
So-
come back to give it to the person who won the Russell Wilson Trophy of Attempted Excellence.
Attempted excellence.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys tune in with us. Thank you for watching us, and we look forward to a lot more of these. And like I said, draft night will be a lot of fun. What's the date on that? April.
What's 2 weeks? I
Yeah.
don't know what that Saturday is.
Yeah,
29th,
today's like
maybe?
the 11th, so yeah, end of the month.
I'm trying to remember what the date was. I wish I do. I don't have my phone in front of me to look.
Yeah, next week Doug will have his phone.
Yeah.
So right now it's recording for us.
They said the volume's pretty low,
Uh,
so they can't really hear us. But
Yeah, I guess it is across the room. Didn't even think about that.
yeah, I should have been yelling. the whole
We're
time.
getting. We'll have that fixed.
Yeah, we'll
Just need to
figure
get
that
a
out.
stand.
First one. It's
Yeah.
only going to be more glamorous.
We'll figure it out.
from
But it
here
looks like
on
the
out.
draft is April 24th.
24th. So the 24th, we'll be here. I think the draft starts at 7. We'll probably get started around 6:30. And like I said, tune in, leave a comment. We're going to try to answer some of those comments as we go through the night.
And Twitch is also a good place. You want to leave a comment live on
Yeah.
Twitch.
And then we'll take down whoever leaves comments, and we'll have a little drawing, and we'll get with the winner, and they will get their favorite player with their jersey, and we'll get it sent out to them. And we appreciate you. I appreciate these guys talking with me on Saturday morning. So
Yeah, make sure you come back because we'll miss you.
yeah,
And I hope you miss us.
Weber, wishing you the best, buddy. We love you, and well, I guess we'll see you soon.
See you guys later.